right. Well, thank you everyone for taking some time out of your day to join our Connect the Dots presentation. We have a lot of information for you about self-directed IRAs, and they are a very effective way to get involved in the projects that ET Capital Partners offers. I've got a team from Provident Trust Group that's on with us also, and they're going to talk about how they can help facilitate investing using IRA funds or retirement funds. And that's Heather Radino and her team, and she will introduce them in just a little bit. So anyway, most people know they have a retirement account, but they don't know how to move that money into the real world of alternative investments. We're going to show you how that works. We have some legal disclosures here, the lawyer talk. My colleague Jennifer would tell you it's the most important part. I am not that excited about legal disclosures, but we have to provide them. So ET Capital Partners is a facilitator. We aren't financial advisors, broker-dealers, or tax professionals. We manage the relationship and the paperwork. Everything we talk about today is for education, not a specific buy recommendation. A little bit about us. At ET Capital Partners, our why is simple. We want to make a real positive impact on your financial future. We know the world of alternative investments can feel like a maze of confusing paperwork and moving parts. That's why we built our business to be your streamlined partner. From the moment you have a question to the final document filing, we're here to make the experience as smooth as possible. We handle the heavy lifting behind the scenes so you can focus on your goals. At ET Capital Partners, we have a pretty significant team. And you aren't just working with a faceless corporation, you're working with us, a team that's personally invested in your success. I'm Eric Torgerson, President and CEO, and I'm leading the charge. Right beside me is Jennifer Shields, our multitasking COO. She's got an eagle eye for details, and honestly, she's the one who keeps us all on the straight and narrow. On my left is Jared Shields, our stellar account manager. He's your go-to guy. He keeps those lines of communication wide open to make sure you're always in the loop. Jen's right hand and our all-star portal admin is Haley Vandal. She's the gatekeeper of our tech and makes sure everything in the portal is smooth and up to date. If you love the portal, she's the reason why. And last but definitely not least, Lindsay McAndrew is our support specialist. Lindsay is the one who helps our self-directed IRA clients navigate those applications and transactions. She's here to make the whole process simple and stress-free. Together, we are more than just a team. We are a family dedicated to serving you with passion and a little fun along the way. And if anyone has any questions at any time, feel free to type them in or raise your hand and we will get to you as soon as possible. The experience at ET Capital Partners, we've got over 60 years experience making sure your investment journey is smooth and professional. We've seen it all, and we're here to share those insights to help you move forward with confidence. On to the good stuff. Let's dive into the self-directed adventure and supercharge your journey to the next level. What is our role? We are a facilitator to help transform your financial journey. The best part is our services don't cost you, the investor, anything out of pocket. The developers pay us to handle the heavy lifting, documentation, secure storage, and specialized IRA assistance. We're essentially your operational backbone. Who are the parties involved in this process? There are the investors, and that's you guys, and we appreciate your participation immensely. It's great to have you to work with. You're our private network members, our partners, which are multiple developers that we bring their projects to you, and the relationship management that's provided by ET Capital Partners. Think of us as a bridge. On one side, we have our private network of investors. On the other hand, we have vetted developers with established track records. We sit in the middle to keep everything on track and organized. Next is our client process. This is the plumbing. We help you move funds from a traditional custodian like Fidelity or PaineWebber into a self-directed IRA. From there, those funds can be directed into specific projects. It's about taking control of where your capital goes. Our market share is consistently growing. Our top projects we focus on high value commercial real estate. Senior living and addiction recovery are our bread and butter. These are massive $125 million plus projects. We're also branching out into specialized surgical products and digital billboards. We look for projects with real world utility. To get you started, there's a 5-step onboarding process. That is to open your account, we verify identity, we help you fund your account with your money, not with our money, of course. We process new assets and fund the new asset through the portal. We've turned this into a science. From opening the account to funding the asset, we guide you through every step. It's a white glove process, so you aren't stuck staring at confusing IRA forms alone. Let's dive into a case study. We have an investor. Here's an investor profile. His name's Michael Smith. Just so you guys know, Michael Smith is a made-up person. So if you know a Michael Smith, this is not about them. He's a 48-year-old bank VP, and he's tired of his retirement being tied 100% to the stock market. He wants to diversify into something he can actually understand, like a physical building. There's opportunity and strategy in this movement. Michael chooses a specialized custodian, which Provident would be one option in that world. He moves $100,000 over and does his homework. He reviews the financials and consults his own advisors. The key is we facilitate, but you and Michael always make the final call. This is an example of an addiction recovery project. The intent here is a dual income strategy. We're targeting regular quarterly distributions with a projected equity upside at the end. It's designed to balance current cash flow with long-term growth. The outcomes and benefits from using a self-directed IRA, Michael is aiming for tax-deferred growth. In a Roth, that back-end upside could even be tax-free. Now, keep in mind, all investments involve risk, including the potential loss of principal. But for Michael, the goal is to balance out the volatility of the stock market with private commercial real estate. Here are some key considerations and takeaways. The case study highlights several essential aspects of using a self-directed IRA for real estate investing. You're going to use a specialized custodian. You also have to follow strict IRS rules, no self-dealing. That means you can't invest in your own projects with your self-directed IRA. It has to be in projects you're not in. So you can't buy a second home and with your self-directed IRA money, it would have to be an investment property or something that somebody else uses, not yourself. So finally, you need to do your due diligence. These are illiquid assets, meaning they're a long-term play and not a quick flip. If you have any questions, please let us know. We're happy to answer any questions at this time. And if you're ready to see how your retirement can do more, give us a call or visit the portal. We're here to help you connect those dots. Thank you very much for joining. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Heather Radino and her team, and she will introduce everybody from her side. Heather, it's all yours.
Okay, so thank you, Eric, and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Again, I am Heather Radino. I am the National Sales Manager for Provident Trust Group, and I'm so thrilled to be here alongside ET Capital for this session. and our part of the presentation titled Passive Custody, Active Opportunity. At Provident Trust Group, we've always believed that when passive custody is done right, securely, compliantly, and with operational excellence, it becomes a foundation for something much more powerful, like active growth, innovation, and opportunity for both advisors and investors. Next, please. Okay. So like Eric, disclaimer, back to disclaimer, thank you. I also have to go through some of the legal language before we begin. So today's content is for educational and informational purposes only. Provident Trust Group is a passive directed custodian and does not endorse investments or give legal, tax, or investment advice. All investment decisions are up to the account holder, so please consult all your own advisors. Note that reference to PTG to any specific product, process, or service by trade name, trademark, manufacturer, or otherwise, does not constitute or imply its endorsement or recommendation. Additionally, the views and opinions expressed herein shall not be used for advertising or product endorsement purposes. Next. So on our agenda today, we're going to get to know a little bit about Provident Trust Group. We're going to do a overview of self-directed IRAs. We're also going to review understanding sub-custodial 401ks, what our role is as a passive custodian, and how easy and simple it is to get started. So getting to know Provident Trust Group. So Provident Trust Group, as stated, is a passive custodian with over $14 billion in assets under custody, serving more than 26,000 clients, focusing on giving investors the freedom to hold a wide range of alternative assets while providing strong custodial support. Also, we are proud to say the majority of our team holds IRA professional designations, reflecting our commitment to expertise. And as a passive custodian, our role is to execute account actions strictly based on the client's direction. Our goal is to help investors invest differently with ease and confidence. So a little bit about our mission here at Provident Trust. Our mission commits us to helping clients achieve their goals through the accessibility of a variety of investment options, delivering a fast and personalized experience, dedicating our specialized VIP services team to all our clients and partners, and utilizing our technology that allows for effortless account opening as well as a secure portal system. Next slide. So now, as Eric stated, a little bit about our incredible team here who's dedicated to making your journeys seamless, efficient, and truly exceptional. Again, I serve as the National Sales Representative, and with me are three key members. First, we have Wendy Tibbetts. She is our Major Accounts Director. She supports our team in many fabulous ways. However, her day job is in the Retirement Products and Solutions Division, working directly with financial organizations to provide retirement products and services to over 5,500 financial organizations. We also have Mike Jones, our Strategic Account Manager. He's the backbone of everything client related and the guy who keeps us grounded and moving in the right direction. And alongside him is Peter Weckhorst, our Sales Account Manager, who not only keeps the momentum going, but somehow manages to teach us something new every day with his humor and clever analogies. Together, they are the duo that makes the whole experience smoother and a lot more fun. Next slide. So now an overview of our self-directed IRAs, and a little bit more descriptive. Can we move on? So what is a self-directed IRA? It's simply an IRA that gives investors the ability to go beyond traditional stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. It opens the door to a much wider range of alternative assets. One of the biggest advantages is control. The account owner makes an investment decision based on their own interests, expertise, and goals. It also supports diversification. Investors can explore assets outside the public markets, giving them exposure to different market dynamics and potentially reducing reliance on traditional asset classes. And of course, self-directed IRAs offer the same tax benefits as traditional and Roth IRAs, earning tax deferred, or in some cases tax-free, and taxes aren't due until funds are withdrawn, often when the owner may be in a lower tax bracket. Next. So here on this slide, this highlights the full range of self-directed account types we support at Provident Trust Group. We offer all major IRA structures, traditional, Roth, SEP, simple, and inherited IRAs, giving investors flexibility no matter where they are in the retirement journey. We also support individual 401ks, which are ideal for self-employed individuals or small business owners who want the ability to self-direct their retirement savings. And for clients working with investment sponsors or platforms, we offer sub-custodial accounts. That allows assets to be held under a master custodial arrangement while still giving the investor the benefits of a self-directed structure. Overall, our goal is to meet clients where they are and provide a wide range of account options so they can pursue alternative investments in the way that best fits their needs. Next. Next slide. Great, thank you. So here we have some of the most common types of alternative assets that clients hold within their self-directed IRAs. Real estate continues to be one of the most prominent categories, whether it's raw land, pre-developed projects, or commercial and residential properties. We also see significant number of partnership interest which can include both general and limited partner structures across a variety of industries. Another major category is private company stock, where investors choose to hold equity in private held businesses, including both common and preferred shares. Limited liability companies, single member and multi-member, are also widely used, especially for investors who prefer to structure their holdings through an entity. And finally, promissory notes. They represent a popular option for individuals looking to deploy capital through private lending arrangements, either secured or unsecured. So these examples really showcase the breadth and flexibility of what's possible inside a self-directed IRA. But that's not it. So now we will highlight, some of the broad investment landscape that can be held within a self-directed IRA. So under the real estate umbrella alone, investors can choose everything from rental homes, vacation rentals, raw land, mobile homes, tax liens, Airbnbs, and even fix and flips properties. Commercial real estate opens a door to opportunities like multifamily complexes, office buildings, retail centers, storage facilities, marinas, medical offices, and then some. Beyond real estate, we see a wide variety of notes and private lending strategies, including secured and unsecured notes, equipment financing, private mortgages, and small business loans. We also have private placements, another category allowing investors to participate in private stock, hedge funds, joint ventures, syndications, private REITs, LLCs, and early stage companies. And then there's a whole world of other alternative assets, everything from livestock and precious metals to oil and gas rights, franchises, even niche items like food trucks or equipment leasing, and even alpaca farms. So the real message here is that self-directed IRAs give investors an incredible amount of flexibility. The options are wide-ranging, and they can be tailored to someone's expertise, strategy, or long-term goals. Next. So now just to understand a little bit about sub-custodial 401ks, move on to the next slide. So a sub-custodial 401k is essentially a designated account within an existing 401k plan that allows participants to hold alternative or non-traditional assets. In this structure, PTG serves as a sub-custodian, holding only the specific assets directed by the account owner and the plan administrator. These accounts are used when a plan wants to offer access to alternative assets, things that fall outside the traditional 401k investment menu. It's important to note that all plan level compliance still remains with the plan sponsor or administrator, and PTG's role is purely custodial. We also provide the necessary transaction reporting back to the primary administrator so that they can complete the required plan filings. This setup ultimately allows participants to diversify their retirement portfolio while keeping all compliance oversight and plan administration in place. Next slide, please. So here are just some of the key advantages of integrating a little bit more about sub-custodial. So some more advantages about integrating a sub-custodial 401k solution. First, it allows a retirement plan to expand its investment offerings without having to build internal infrastructure for complex asset custody. That means you can offer participants more freedom and control, especially those looking to incorporate alternative assets. It also becomes a strong differentiator, helping plan sponsors attract and retain participants who value diverse investment options. So on the right side, you'll see the core features of this model: expanded investment options, strong operational efficiency, and enhanced client experience and the scalability to support growth without adding an administrative burden. Overall, it's a streamlined way to broaden your plan's capabilities while keeping the participant experience strong. Next role. So now to dive into what our role is as a passive custodian. Go to the next, please. So here on this slide, we show the Provident Trust Group's role as the passive custodian. So our responsibilities are focused on administering the account, not guiding the investments themselves. On the left side, you'll see what the custodian does. We establish the account and hold title to the underlying assets. We execute account actions strictly based on the account owner's explicit direction. We handle the tax reporting, record keeping, and administrative requirements. And we provide the tools and technology clients need to review their account information. On the right side, just as important, is what a custodian does not do. We do not provide investment, tax, or legal advice. We don't evaluate whether an investment is suitable, and we do not monitor investment performance. So in short, our role is to execute and administer. The investor's role is to choose and manage the investment strategy. So what are some of the key reasons clients and partners choose Provident Trust Group? Well, first, we operate with flat fees and full transparency. Our annual fee doesn't change based on the value of assets under custody or the number of assets within the account. Second, our technology makes account management simple. Our online portal streamlines the entire experience, and our team provides dedicated support when clients need it. We're also backed by a census, a trusted leader with more than 40 years in the retirement industry. This backing gives our platform both stability and scale. And finally, we're trusted by thousands. We serve over 26,000 clients and safeguard more than $14 billion in assets under custody, which reflects the reliability and confidence clients place in us. So in talking about our parent company, this slide highlights the scale, strength, and industry leadership behind Provident Trust Group as a part of a census. The census brings over 45 years of experience and administers more than $932 billion in assets, supporting over 16 million people, saving for their future. They also have a team of more than 5,000 dedicated associates behind the platform. On the right side, you'll see several of the industry recognitions that reflect this leadership. The census has earned 39 best-in-class plan sponsor awards, has been named Retirement Leader of the Year, and is the top record keeper for 529 plans nationwide. They've also been recognized as the top advisor choice in the record-keeping category, and have earned National Quality Review's 5-star rating for service quality for more than 40 consecutive quarters. So all of this underscores the depth of experience, stability, and service excellence that stands behind Provident Trust Group and the clients we support. So how do we get started? So very simple. Getting started with Provident Trust Group is designed to be quick and user-friendly. It really comes down to 3 simple steps. First, you create your account by registering through our online portal and completing the digital application. It's fast and straightforward. Next, you fund the account, either by transferring or rolling over existing retirement dollars into your new self-directed IRA. And then finally, you invest. Once the account is funded, you can direct those dollars into the alternative assets of your choice. This entire process is streamlined so clients can move from setup to investing with just a few clicks. So thank you everyone for your time. This is my contact information, but we can share that again. I think, Eric, we're going to open up now for Q&A. Anyone has any questions or any were fielded? Eric, back over to you.
Well, there was one question asked from Teresa, and is crypto allowed in self-directed IRA?
So at this time, Provident Trust Group does not support crypto.
What is the annual flat fee?
The annual flat fee is $395 annual, and there is a one-time $50 setup fee. So again, with that $395 annual fee, regardless of how many assets are held in that account or the dollar volume in that account, that fee never changes.
I think that's something that's important to point out. You know, I've got one client that has over $3 million in their Provident self-directed IRA account, and they're literally paying a $395 fee a year to have that managed for them. So that in the world of financial fees is pretty small.
So not only on the dollar amount, but we don't charge if you have multiple assets as well. So that same client, I believe, has 4 or 5 different investments. We still charge the same amount.
Industry standard is usually, you know, most financial planners, if you're not doing a self-directed IRA with just regular IRA fees, are typically a 1% fee annual. It could be more or less depending on how big your account is and how it's set up. But standard is probably right around 1%, when you say, Heather?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes, I think you're accurate on that one, approximately.
And another thing to point out is we are a third-party provider. So when Heather went through the setup process, we can do all you have to do is we'll give you the information that's needed. It's literally a copy of your driver's license, your social security number, and a statement from the account that you would like to have the money transferred from. And we can we can facilitate that for you. Lindsay from our office takes care of most of that. We have over 70 clients that we've already done that for, that we are the third-party provider. So, so that's just a little more information about that.
I have 2
Go ahead,
questions. When I was thinking about opening a Provident Trust, it's been a few years back, they would not accept my rollover from an offshore hedge fund. I'm wondering if that's now available.
As long as it's a qualified account, we should be able to accept it. There must have been some other, was it the asset, or were you trying to transfer cash to Provident?
The asset.
Yeah. So we do not currently support offshore hedge funds if they require a FACTA report. We are able to provide them with anti-money laundering report, but a FACTA report typically is required by offshore, and they're requesting information about our company, and our company is currently privately held, so they don't want to share that information. So we would have to look at the asset to make sure that it's all domestic. As long as it's not offshore and has a feeder account to the Cayman Islands and then goes somewhere else, we should be able to hold it.
Okay. My other question is, I work with a company called iFlip, and they are like an AI portfolios to invest money while it's sitting in another IRA account I have, while I'm waiting on that money to grow so that I can maybe hit a 50,000 minimum investment. It's getting invested with iFlip, and I'm wondering if that is something that would be available with Provident Trust.
We currently don't have a relationship with iFlip, so we may have to develop some APIs in order for that to happen. I believe we are working with iFlip, but we're still in the preliminary stages of how to support them and their clients.
Yeah, that would be a big a plus for me and my other clients that I manage some other people's Provident Trust. I'm a third party administrator for them, and they have been asking me also if, you know, instead of taking their money out of Provident Trust to go into iFlip and then having to put it back in as their custodian, if it could be integrated. And it's integrated with a few other IRA custodians so that their money's working for them in these smart folios versus just sitting there waiting to generate enough to get into another deal. So hopefully you can check them out, and maybe, and I have all their contact information. I'm an investor in their company as well. So I've done very well working with them over the last year and would love to see them integrate with you guys.
Yeah, it's something that we'll definitely take away and investigate more, and maybe we can speak again offline, because it does sound like something we'd like to, like I said, look into more in depth.
So another one of the people on asked if there was a slide that showed many options to invest in, and he asked if they have access to those other investments. And I think I can answer that. You do have access to any of those investments, not necessarily through ET Capital Partners, but if you wanted to pursue those other avenues on your own or through another group, yes, you could definitely use your funds in the self-directed IRA for that. Hopefully
Right,
that's your question, Larry, but if you need more information, you can either call me or whatever would be easiest for you.
And Mike, correct me if I'm wrong, the beauty of that is also if he's invested through ET Capital and has an account, he can also have other assets within that account at the very same flat fee annually, correct?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not uncommon to have multiple assets by a single investor over different platforms and different groups that they're working with. ETs just are one of our favorites, though. I'm not sure if compliance says we're okay to say that, but
just so everyone knows, this is the first time that Provident Trust has been able to do one of these presentations. So we're very excited to be able to host it for them for the first time.
Yes. Yeah. And it's been a very fun journey process through it all. You know, Eric makes everything very fun. He keeps it lively.
I try.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions or anything else we can answer for anybody?
So we have a couple of questions submitted earlier. So Mr. Miller wanted to know more about holding real estate and what the tax implications would be for him.
there are no tax implications by purchasing and holding real estate. It's only if once you remove the asset or cash from the qualified account, that's when you may accrue a taxable event.
Did that help answer your question, Merle?
Okay, great. Somebody asked if they could buy a house with their SDIRA and use as an Airbnb. And I believe you could do that, correct, Heather?
Yes,
Yes.
as long as they don't live in it themselves and they have someone else clean it, you know, after every visitor or whatnot. They have to remain an arm's length away from the Airbnb, but absolutely we have a group that specializes in Airbnbs.
So if you had a family member that wanted to stay in the Airbnb, you would have to charge them the same amount as you charge anybody else. Is that correct?
Yeah, and the family member could not be a son, daughter, or parent or grandparent. It cannot be linear. They would have to be off the branch a little bit, like a nephew, uncle, cousin, someone like that. They cannot be a linear heritage.
Jacob, does that help answer your question?
And there was another question about the time frame to roll money over from a 401k to Provident. It really depends on your third-party administrator that's managing that plan now. Some groups, excuse me, they will only send a check directly to you, then you have to endorse it and then forward it to us. Some will send a wire directly to us, so it can take as little as a few days to several weeks, depending on your third-party administrator.
We've had some that do it incredibly quickly, and we have some that will ask you 6 or 7 times before they'll actually send the money over. Are you trying to transfer all of the funds on this? Is this what you're trying to do? And some of them will try to hold on to the money and try to get you to change your mind or something like that. So it really does depend on who you're working with. We had Athene, who's here in Des Moines, actually had a client transferring from Athene, and it literally took them, what did it take them, Jen, 5 weeks?
Took them 4 checks and probably 5-6 weeks. Fidelity's the easiest to work with.
Yeah. I see another question that said, if I already own a property, can that property be purchased by my self-directed IRA?
No,
and the answer to
absolutely
that
not.
is no.
That's the one where I said, "Is your question been answered, Jacob?" And he said, "Yeah."
Oh,
So
okay.
That was kind of answered in between other
Got it.
questions. So
Okay, great.
I didn't want to reiterate if Jacob understood what the other questions that had been kind of going on. So
there is a strategy that some of our clients have used where they'll purchase a property, say in a traditional account, and in a downward market, they will actually convert that to a Roth when the values are lower and they anticipate the increased value to come at a later time. So they take the tax hit on the property at a lower value, pay for that, and then in a few years when the property goes up in value, now they've already paid the taxes on the lower value. So that's a strategy that I've seen a few times as well. It's doing a Roth conversion.
Earning return on the proceeds from a quarterly payout. So yeah, Larry, if somebody says, they're getting a quarterly return and they get $5,000 in, you would have to invest it in something. So not through Provident. While it's sitting in your account, you're not earning, I think it's like a 1% annual return while it's sitting in your Provident account. So that's what that iFlip that Teresa mentioned earlier, that's what iFlip can do, is take that small balance and put it into a performing vehicle. And so, but that is not offered right now through Provident, but we will talk to them about trying to get that done. It's not a super simple process, that's for sure, but we're going to look at it.
There was a question about if you owned an Airbnb, can you move it to an IRA? And the answer is no. Once you own it with your direct name, you cannot sell that to yourself or sell it to a brother or someone like that. You have to purchase it initially with your IRA or qualified funds.
You can always buy another Airbnb through your IRA as well. So you could end up with 2, one personally owned and one owned in your IRA.
There's that humor.
Yeah, it basically opens up, new opportunities that maybe you weren't aware of. Using your qualified funds, it gives you the opportunity to, again, diversify and, add more value to your portfolio with being able to use outside funds versus the traditional types of accounts. Do we see any other questions?
If they have more questions, they can reach out to me or Eric, and then we can get some answers for you guys.
Yeah, and Eric and Jen, they have our contact information as well. So if there's ever anything else that we can handle and answer for you, we'd be glad to do that. You can just go through them, and we'll be glad to help you out with the answers that you need.
Wonderful.
Just to reiterate, everything is automated. ET has this down. So if you're interested, they can get you all done and taken care of all electronically. And everything is also done electronically through our Provident portal. So you don't even have to sign a physical paper. You can do it all electronically.
And another thing that I'd like to point out just really quickly is when we set that up, it comes back to you. We set it up, it comes back to you, and you have to approve every page. So there's nothing we're putting in there that you wouldn't approve as being correct before it gets submitted. So. Well, it looks like we're done here. Thank you guys for your support. Thank you to the Provident team for being here. It was great having you facilitate.
Thank you for hosting us. Thank you everyone for joining.
Yeah. And next time, if we do it in one of my office room or something, we'll have some food for you or something like that. But go out and buy yourself some food to enjoy this with.
This was great.
Thank you all.
Thank you for that.
Thanks, everyone.
Great questions. Good meet.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Well, we got quite a few people on here, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And if some people join us in the next few minutes, that'll be great.